Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here with my San Diego Comic-Con 2023 Comic-Con tour video. These are videos that I do every year. I've been doing these Comic-Con tour videos, I think since probably around like 2000 and maybe 11, or I think something around then. I know I've been filming Comic-Con though since probably around, I believe 2005, 2006 was the first time I ever like documented anything at Comic-Con, but always have come here and, you know, done the tour videos going all around the convention, kind of showing everything that you see here, all the interesting stuff. This year though, it's going to be very different though, because of everything going on with, you know, the SAG strike. There are certain things that aren't going on, so certain things are not going to be, they're not going to be promoting the same. So like celebrities are not going to be here promoting upcoming movies. There will be some, not much though. There's a lot of the stuff though are people blocked out from doing it because of SAG. So it's going to be interesting to see though how different some of the areas are, especially like the autograph area too, because up there they would usually do group signings. So it'll be interesting to see now who's up there, you know, signing, if that's even happening, and if maybe they'll be doing group signings for older TV shows. And all in all though, just going to be interesting to see. And basically, if you guys haven't seen these videos before, I do a total overview all around the convention. I go and show the dealer's room where things are for sale, like I said, the autograph room, some of the panels, all that kind of stuff, and also some of the things that you can do outside of the conventions that are going on outside. But anyway though guys, let my Comic-Con 2023 San Diego Comic-Con 23 video begin. But now we're gonna head inside, and the first thing you have to do is scan in your badge to go inside. Hear that? As you see, everyone's scanning their badges as they come in. As you leave as well, you scan your badge to exit as well. You used to actually scan when you went upstairs as well. They've changed that now, so you really only scan to the front and then as you exit. Now, fair warning though, when you come in, if you scan in at that one, I wouldn't come in at A anymore. You can't walk through this way anymore. So you have to, when you come in, they make you kind of walk all the way around and then get out. So some strange thing that they're doing. Don't know why, but yeah, keep that in mind. Don't come in A. They're not letting you through, and you have to go around. It was a big thing to get in, but the first thing I always do though is, as you guys see when you come in, this is where you would go in to get to where the panels, and I mean this is where you would get to where the Comic-Con floor is, basically where everything's for sale, the you know, items and everything like that. But we're gonna first and foremost head upstairs. That's where all the autographs are, where the panels are, the ballroom, all that type of stuff as well. So we're gonna head upstairs and see who's signing up there. All right, so now we're upstairs. We just came up from the escalators over here. And then when you come up here, if you haven't gotten your, you know, your lanyard and your Comic-Con bag and your booklet and everything, you would come in here to pick up that when you go in. But I always start the tour though, going down this way, and this is where the autograph room is. And like I said, I don't know too much of who's gonna be in here this year. It's gonna be interesting to see who is in here and who's signing. I have not peeked or seen anything yet or looked at the list. Up here as well, this is where you would also go to get to the ballrooms where the panels are. So one of the set of panels, there's basically rooms down this way. I'll show you guys more of this stuff in detail though. But there is food up here, and Annie's Pretzels. There's Rita's Italian Ice, which used to be here in the past. It used to be down this way by the one, I think the one bigger ballroom, I believe. But like I said, we're gonna head first and foremost into the autograph area, and we'll see who's in there. Okay, so we just came through the doors out there. Basically right out there was the escalator that we came up. And then right back through that area, there was the Rita's Italian Ice and the ballrooms you could go through. And through this area as well is where you would get through the other ballrooms. The bigger ballroom I mentioned, ballroom 20, as well as rooms 21 through 33. So we're gonna go through and just kind of do a little walkthrough and see who's up here. Up here as well, you're also seeing an area you can sit down where they have some tables and stuff like that. They do have a Buffalo, sorry, I always call it Buffalo Bills, Wild Bills, old-fashioned soda up here. What's so funny about that Wild Bills though is I remember seeing them back in the day for the very first time as like a kid when I was in, you know, in Baltimore. So they've been around for a long time, and then they kind of seems like in the last like 5 years have started showing up at conventions. So let's see who's over here. There's a big line for somebody. I see Cissy Jones, a voice actress over here. I don't know. Oh yeah, the Comic Book Man. Oh yeah, the one guy from Comic Book Man is over here.
That's a TV show.
Max Middleman, voice actor. Oh yeah, and the one, I think that Joe Ushman, I think he's from All That or something, I believe, or some Nickelodeon things. Let's see who's over here. The one thing too you can check is on all the boards too, they list kind of who's signing and the period of time when they're going to be here and everything. So let's see who's over here. Someone from America's Got Talent here. Oh yeah, the one from America's Got Talent. The one year the guy was wearing the Mental Institute outfit, the guy from Stranger Things. The one kid was like right in this spot. And then down here is where they would usually do the bigger signings. I don't know what this line is for. I guess it's for her right there. I guess it's a voice actress, I believe. And there's a big line here. But like I said, you guys can see on these boards, and it will kind of show you who's in these ones. SF and Comics. Down here I see, with a lot of these ones, they usually cap the lines too, so you kind of sometimes have to get there early. Sometimes they let you still get in. It always kind of depends. Like if there's somebody waiting right there, a lot of times they say, sorry, you can't come in. So I don't know. Oh yeah, down here is Sergeant Slaughter and Jake the Snake are signing down here as well. So that's cool. Right there. I always remember when the one time in Baltimore, The Rock was going to be finally coming back to Baltimore. We went to see him. And then they kept advertising all night The Rock was going to be there selling t-shirts. Then all of a sudden they said, sorry, The Rock's not coming back to Baltimore. And then Sergeant Slaughter came out. So I always remember that. And every time I think of like Sergeant Slaughter, I think of The Rock. And that one time I almost saw him and it didn't work out. All right, so we gave a little overview of everything in the room in here. And the one thing too is the autographs do change out though. So like I was saying, these like group autographs, always check the actual sign each day because it will tell you who's gonna be there. And then even the people here who are signing, some people are only here specific days, so you can, same thing too, you can check on the actual board. And I think it will show you the exact same thing just before we go. Yeah, see, it will show you Ming Chen from, Comic Book Man. It says his times he's going to be appearing and everything. So that's what also to check as well. But now we're going to head out and I'll show you guys where Ballroom 20 is. That's one of the bigger ballrooms up here. And then I'll show you the other rooms that are out here as well, which is where they have the panels between all the areas up here. Okay, so we just came through out there where the autograph room was, and when you come out here, there's an area where you can get food. They have like, what kind of stuff is over here? Like chicken salad, roast beef sandwiches, turkey sandwiches, things like that over here. And then over here, when I was mentioning about the Ritas, they used to actually be over here, I believe. Now over here though, as I was mentioning, is where the ballrooms are. So these are where the really big ballrooms are. I don't know what kind of panels they have going on right now. As you can see though, since they don't have a lot of the really big celebrities here because of the SAG strike, they're not as popular out here and the lines are not as long. Oh, something happened here. I don't want to show ambulance stuff, but that's what happens in here. And it is a little warmer this year, I'll say. There's been a lot of people posting online that it seems like the AC might be kind of a little bit messed up, and I think that's probably the case. It's a little off today, but yeah, let's see if we can see what's in any of these things area. So this is the area for the line. But like I was saying though, you guys can see there's not really a long line for anything right now. And Hall H is where they would usually have the big panels. I believe I heard on Sunday, they're like, there's nothing whatsoever in there. It's gonna be like just a sitting space. But yeah, I don't know oh, let's see, here we go. So you can see what's in here. So here's what's in here today. The 23rd, this, Audience is King, Peacocks from Confidential, The World of John Wick, and then Justice League War World are what's in here today. And now you can see the one panel is just getting out, so everybody's getting out of this one. Like I said, I think this is pretty much the biggest of the ballrooms, I believe, and then downstairs is where Hall H is, which is the biggest of all the rooms for panels, which I don't really know this year, though, what they're putting in there, because there's not really any of the really big panels going on. But we're gonna head back through, because around here, like I said, this is pretty much all the ballrooms out here. There are a couple other meeting rooms, so if you're like looking for anything that's like meetings rooms, 21 through 28, they're down that way around that hallway, and they're like the smaller rooms you can go into. A lot of times in the meeting rooms, they have film screenings and things like that. But yeah, it's very busy in this area as everyone's leaving.
I think those stairs we go down.
Okay, we've come back out where we were, where the ballroom was, going back into where the autograph room is. In here too, I want to make sure to show you guys too, they have this little freebie table. It's always been here, this table. And I remember in the past, like, they used to let you put some of your own stuff there, but they had to like check with it first. So I remember years ago, like probably 2007, I remember putting like an ad for my YouTube channel and promoted the stuff on this actual table here. But we're gonna now head through here, go right out here, and I'll show you guys though where the other panel rooms are up here. Okay, so we've come right out through the doors here, and right out here too is where the Rita's Italian Ice is. Rita's Italian Ice too is one of those other things I remember so well from like back as a kid, like getting that all the time. So funny seeing that out here now, because they only recently started having that at this convention. They used to, back in the day here, have hot dog on a stick and dipping dots were kind of their early things to have here. I remember back in like 2005, 2006, even in the movie Paul, when they replicated Comic-Con, I believe they had hot dog on a stick there, because it was one of the early things they used to have here. But right here you can see the schedule of kind of what the panels are, and then it shows you right here Friday, shows you the room number, so like 32AB, and then you kind of follow these numbers and know where to go. Down here though is where the panels are though. So like 11B, so for example 11B, you would look up on the board here and then see 11, I guess would be like comic book, breaking into comics and staying in. So that's kind of how you would know what was in the rooms and everything. But we're gonna walk down here though, and I'll show you guys a little look at what it looks like in here too. But as you can see though, like I said, I'm not seeing any incredible lines. It looks like there's a little bit of a line here. I believe too, they clear the rooms, I think, between panels. So between each panel, I think they get everyone out and then put new people in, I believe. Let's see, room 10. A good panel. Yeah, there's some people waiting out here though. The one thing though, keep in mind when you go down these ways, they're all one-way traffic. So it's like once you go down this way, you're not gonna go back that way. You gotta keep going this way and around. But yeah, there are some people in here, so let's see. So they're waiting for the Mortal Kombat, because yeah, I think they can still promote video games a little bit more too, someone was telling me, with the SAG stuff. But yeah, there are pretty many people down here. Let's see, we can kind of see into one of the rooms in here. Oh, so this is like a pro suite. Oh yeah, so this with the professional suite you can go into the professional badge. I always wondered where that was. So now I actually found it. That's cool. I never knew where that was. I think there's like free drinks and stuff in there maybe. Let's see, what's in this one? Marvel heroes, Hulks, and superheroes. So a lot of Marvel superhero ones in this room here. Okay, so I walked all the way around the whole back. Like I said, you can't go through that area. Like you have when you're back there, you can't turn around. You have to go all the way around and loop around, go around the whole side, and then come back this way. Well, you wouldn't have to do that, but this is the way I do it for the tour. But now that we're gonna head down to this area, this is basically this is where the autograph room is. So if you were leaving this way, pretend like you'd see Ballroom 6 this direction. This is a good secret way to get downstairs. I've showed it many times in the past though, but basically you're gonna go this way and watch what we're doing. And I know people know this way, but it's a good way to get to the floor that a lot of people don't do. At least I always like it. So you go through this way. So basically though, we're gonna go through these doors out here. And then we're gonna head down. Basically though, you always weave through things out here, but we're gonna head through these doors and then go down these escalators over here. And this is the area to get to the convention floor. At least this is the way that I always like to go when I come up here. And it's also, it's not, like I said, it's not necessarily secret, but it's a way that you don't see people doing as much. It's also a nice area to sit down because there are some tables down here and there is some more food here as well. I'll show you guys what's down here. They usually have like pretzels and pizza and stuff like that. I'm doing some of this stuff a little bit more live this year so you can kind of see the way that I'm walking and everything if you guys want to emulate and get to these same spots and everything. But down here too, don't miss this area because they have some booths set up down here and a lot of like, it's kind of like fandom groups down here for like TV shows and the Ghostbusters, and I think the Ghostbusters are down here. I know a lot of Star Wars things, the show Jericho, but you can also get outside here as well. But like I said, right over here is a food area. Out this way too is where they usually have the tabletop games. So as you see, we went down these escalators. And there are some tables over here, as I was mentioning, to sit down. And down here is where they have like the tabletop games usually, or in this area. And like the jousting and things like that are down there. But you can see over here, see what is over here, like pretzels, Miss Field's cookies, sodas, but very long line though. It's not, I thought it would be more of a quick thing. But the one thing I do like over here though, the coolest thing, is you can come over here, and everybody knows about this now, but it's a great area to get a good overview of the convention and kind of see the floor and everything before we head down. But see, it's very busy. But now though, we're gonna head down those escalators and head to the convention floor. But that was the escalator that we came down and we walked around that way, and I showed you where the food was back there. But now though, we're gonna head downstairs, go down the escalator over here, and I'll show you guys though how you can get to the floor. Like I said, that was the one we initially came down. You go down this one right here. Let's see. Seems like a lot of people were coming this way. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so we're heading down. You can use the steps, but I saw on preview night someone like tripped and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. So let's see. So we're gonna head on in, and this is the door. It's like this one small way in, but this is the way I always have done it. And you go through Exhibit Hall B. This is where it is. And you can also get back in this way as well to get upstairs if you want to get to the autograph room. And it's sort of a shortcut to get back up there as well. And like I said, it's another area too. If you're trying to find an area to sit down, there's a chance there could be some tables over there. Probably will be taken up, but you never know. But now we're heading in though. And right when you enter from this entrance, it comes in where it's a small press west. But now we're pretty much just gonna go around the convention floor, and what I usually do is I start all the way on the end down there where the Funko booth is, and then kind of go through the area and I show you guys some of the stuff that's down there, some of the stuff that's for sale. Then we kind of get to the studio booths in the middle, and then some of the toy booths, like the toy studio booths as well, like Sideshow and some of those as well. But gonna head around, walk all around and see all the stuff that we see today, but as you can see, very busy. Yeah, I was making my way down to the Funko area, but I stopped midway, and I didn't notice this on preview night. They have like these cool, at the Kid Robot booth, these like Pee-wee plushes, and there's one of Cherry. That one's actually really cool. I think I'm gonna actually get that one. You don't really see stuff of that very much at all. I remember as a kid having a Cherry big plush as a kid that you could sit on, so that's kind of cool to see though. But yeah, I ended up getting that one here. It's very cool. Cherry one. Like I said, I had as a kid, I think I had a small one that was like probably 2 times the size of this, but I also had one that you could actually sit in as a kid. And I remember like friends came over and they ripped the mouth out. I was so angry as a kid that they did it because you could take the mouth out of them if anybody remembers as a kid. But very cool one here too. But like I said, now I'm gonna head down to the Funko booth and kind of start the tour though. But saw this and had to get this first though. Well, we've now made it to the Funko booth, and they have it kind of like a I guess like a bowling alley kind of theme for this area down here. They also have a Blockbuster theme here as well. There's always a really incredible line here for all of this. Here's the Loungefly things. But it was always funny too is the guy he moves you along and he acts like the Funko Pops are a celebrity. So it's like this is the same thing they would do when like Christian Bale would be signing autographs. It's just, to me it's so funny. It's like these are like toy items. These are plastic. They're not a celebrity. You know, you don't worry about it so much. But there's like this weird move you along thing they do that's very funny. I don't know why. It's like they're guarding the present or something. But let's see. Right here is the Mondo booth. And so they have a lot of stuff you can see on the board. It's already sold out right there, you can see. But right here, this is the other Funko booth I was mentioning to you guys. This one is cool. This one is like a Funko Rewind booth that's done to look like a Blockbuster video. And I can see on the board though, a lot of stuff looks like it's sold out there as well. You can see like the dots on it. But this one's actually really cool. Like I said, it's designed. See, here's the board. You can see a lot of them are gone. And yeah, it's really picked over. Like originally there was much more stuff in here, but you see like there's videotape from the wall here. And there's also a Lego kind of Blockbuster video down that way as well. This is the other Funko. This is the Biddy Mart. I don't know what these kind of Funko things are. They're like, the little things, I guess. Oh yeah, they're like the ones in soda cans and stuff like that. This one doesn't have a big line though. So it's like, I guess you could say, well, I got something Funko. It wasn't super popular, but I got it. And then this one is like the Funko Games thing. This one doesn't seem to have a lot of popularity, this one. There's some kind of a Scream game in there though. But yeah, like I said, this is always one of the most popular areas down here, and they guard it and treat them like they're the celebrities though. It's always sort of funny though. And you go down this way, this is where the small press, the artist alley is. Where, you know, people have their books and things like that they're selling, or their prints and things like that are all in this area. I will say though, this area is definitely a lot smaller than it used to be. I think this used to be probably like at least another aisle or so. At least to me, it seems like it's been condensed down a lot more to me though. And there's the big t-shirt wall that's always here though. But now though, we're going to continue walking down and kind of start going and weaving our way through the, you know, the aisles and kind of showing you all the interesting stuff down there that we see. Well, we just came from back that direction where the Funko area was. Now we've come out where the artist alley was. We're going to kind of go through the aisles and I'll show you guys anything interesting that I come across along the way. I mainly usually head though to the area where we start getting to the studios up here, like right, usually you get to the studios right where the Nickelodeon booth is, and that booth is pretty much for the most part always been in that particular spot. I don't think they've ever moved. I think back in the day right next to it, I believe, used to be Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi hasn't been here in years though, but they used to be like one of the staples that was always here. But like I said, gonna kind of head through here, show you guys anything interesting that we see. And the one thing too is, as you see, there's numbers up here like 4,600, 4,500, and you guys can look in the guidebook. And if there's specific booths that you're trying to find, in the guidebook it has the number, and you would match up the book with the number right there to find where the particular booth that you're looking for is. All right, so over there, the Hulu booth, that actually years ago used to be the Fox booth where they used to give out the big poster tubes back in the day. There is a signing here going on right now. I don't know who people are though for the show, you know, Big Nate, a Nickelodeon show. So there is still some signings. I wasn't sure if they were gonna do that or not, but it makes me really wonder if Kenan and Kel are gonna be here or not. I don't think they can. I don't think so, but I don't know. But you can actually see in here pretty well in the Good Burger thing. I don't know. I don't think there's anything in here for sale, from what I can tell, but that's very cool. But we can really look inside of here. That's a really great thing for photo ops and everything as well. I won't lie to you guys, like Good Burger 2, I'm so excited to see that. Like, I remember seeing the first movie when it first came out in Florida when I was a kid, and I remember I had terrible food poisoning the day before, and I was actually in Disney, and I got food poisoning at MGM. That's what it used to be called back at the time. So it's one of those things I always remember really well. And look, you even see Brennan, you know, Wet Movie's friend here, Tin Man, you know, Thomas Ian Nicholas. So that's kind of funny right here. It's like, I didn't expect that. So even Thomas Ian Nicholas is here, but no Brendan. If only Wetme was here though. In this area though, that's where I was saying the Hulu booth was. There's also a booth here for Doctor Who, and there's also a thing promoting the brand new Ninja Turtles movie, Mutant Mayhem. And here's the Shout Factory booth here as well. You can see like the big skateboard here for the film. Also out here they have Crunchyroll. Like I was saying, back in the day they used to have like Lionsgate, and more of the studios used to be here. This year especially there's not as many. There is Paramount Plus down this way. And then mixed in throughout this is stuff for sale though. And you see other autographs like Flash Gordon is signing over there. Let's see though, but like I said, just gonna keep going through here, taking a look at all the interesting things to show you guys here. And we also start kind of getting to some of the toys that are brand new. Some of them are for sale, and then some of them are also prototypes of things that are upcoming and things like that. You also too go through and look for any interesting cosplay too as I go around. Usually I think it's Saturday is the big day when you see more cosplay, because that's when they have the masquerade ball, you know, when people are having the costume contest. So that's usually the best day for seeing costumes. At the Shout Factory booth there though, I did end up getting, they had like a sale for 2 for $55. I got the Burning 4K and then the Motel Hell 4K. They also included the posters as well for it as well. So yeah, I got these ones in there though. Right around this spot, like around here, normally would be Silent Bob leaning against one of these pillars, kind of around this area. I don't know if he's going to be here this year or not, but we went through where all the studios are, and we're just kind of going to go through. I'll show you guys kind of a quick look at some of the things that are in here. Some of the booths are a little harder to get to this year because it's like some lines right in front of them, so it's a little more difficult, but I'm going to try and show you as much stuff as I can. But like I said, we pretty much started all the way down on that end where the Funko area was, and we've kind of gone through all these. We're now at 1400 now, and as I said, when you get to this area is where you start getting to where it's a lot more figures, and then people selling things, you know, retro toys, much more comic books. All this stuff starts to get in this particular area. Over here they have like bootleg DVDs and Blu-rays, so lots of different things in here though. Like I said, just kind of doing a little overview on all the things that you see here and everything like that. And the thing that's kind of cool too is to look at the past year's Comic-Con videos. You can kind of see the differences and see some of the different booths, and also kind of like what was popular cosplay wise and things like that. And it's just fun to kind of walk around and just see the cosplay in general. Like I said though, you end up seeing a lot more cosplay you see more cosplays on Saturday. Not as much though today, because Saturday, since it's the masquerade, there's more people dressing up then. It's the one booth I always show here, the retro poster booth. There's mixtures, some of them are originals, and then there's some reprint ones in here as well, but really cool stuff here. This is one of those booths you can kind of always count on always being here every year though. And when you get down here to this end, this is where they have the video game area. So they're promoting like Capcom games. They used to back in the day, I remember they had like a Resident Evil like haunted walkthrough thing or something like that down here, I remember. And there's a lot of the mystery boxes. But we're probably gonna head outside though and show you guys a lot of the stuff that you can do outside, because there's a lot of different like activities and events and things like that that are going on outside, as well as stuff at the hotels nearby as well. So we're gonna head to some of that stuff outside as well now. And anytime you see like Spider-Man like that, you have to wonder if it's Tom Holland, especially if you ever see someone dressed as Deadpool, because a lot of times Ryan Reynolds really comes here dressed as Deadpool undercover. So now we've gone inside of the Marriott, and they have like some rooms in here. This is the Torrey Pines rooms, and they have like some exhibits and stuff like that in here as well. So we're gonna go and look at some of the stuff that's in here. And then there's another hotel as well we're gonna look in, and there's also, like I said, the stuff outside to check out as well, like the interactive things. And there are, I think there's a couple free things and some food trucks and stuff like that out there as well. But in this building, there is some kind of a Dragon Ball special booth thing, I guess upstairs. And then the one other exhibit we were going to go to is, I think this way. That's the one thing is, you can sometimes get confused. No, now it's showing the Dragon Ball thing that way. So I always get kind of confused. And like me, when it comes to maps, I don't know why, like I'm so bad at all these things, and like I get mixed up and everything like that. But I think this kind of shows you what's in, I think we're in this kind of shows you what's in here, like anime, so some films in here, games, Comic-Con merch. Oh yeah, this is where you would buy the Comic-Con official merch in this building here as well. Yeah, I kind of wandered around a bunch to try and find the line to get in. But here's the line. It's an art exhibit that they have in here. And there's also, I think the Dragon Ball Z thing is in here, but like I said, I'm gonna try and go in but show you guys a little closer look where there's an art exhibit. But always check in all these rooms because there's a lot of these type of things, and I don't believe you have to have a Comic-Con pass to get in here. Oh, this is our staff room. I thought that was the Dragon Ball Z room, but no, that's definitely not the Dragon Ball Z room. And as I was mentioning, guys, too, there are panels as well. So not all the panels are only in the Comic-Con Convention Center. Like I was mentioning, in the actual hotels. Here, for example, this is in the Grand 12 and 13 Marriott Marquis and Marina. So it says, like, today, you know, the lead panel, meet your match, creative collaboration. So like all these different ones that they have here as well. So like I said, not all the panels are in the actual convention center. Some of them are in the actual hotels nearby. Up here too, there's another panel. I saw a room up here. This is like room 10 and 11. And they have, I think, going on right now, the Simpsons World of Collecting. So you can kind of peek in and see. It's the Simpsons collecting panel in there now. So that's cool. So yeah, like I said, make sure, guys, to check, you know, at the hotels nearby because there are panels in there. And a lot of them are really not as busy. And it's kind of like a little low key over here too, not as busy and as crazy. Oh yeah, and they do have, and they still do this, I wasn't sure, they do film screenings as well. So right here are the hospitality suites. So I don't know what would be in there. I guess sort of free things. But let's see, over here, this is where they do the film screening. So some kind of a festival is in there, like movie room. And I think they probably show what's playing on this one. Yeah, I remember in the past they had a bunch of different stuff. Let's see if the board, oh, it doesn't show what's playing. Oh no, here it is. Let's see, so they're playing in there. iRobot, Megan, Westworld, Electric Dreams, and Her are playing in there today. It's funny, down here I found this room. I never noticed this was down here, and it says games. So I guess it's like a tabletop game thing. And it looks like they had like, I think what you do is you just kind of come in and you like pick a game off of the table, I think. I think that's what it is. You just get a game from here, and then you can take it and play in the table and play the game. I think that's kind of how it works. That's kind of cool. Sometimes it's nice to have rooms like this you can go into to kind of get away when there's like a lot of stuff happening. I get some of the anime conventions, they have like quiet rooms. I don't know if Comic-Con has those or not. I've not noticed that or not, if they've been, you know, kind of embracing that stuff. There's another thing I discovered in here too I didn't know about too. The Comic-Con Pinball Lounge. So I'll show you guys this. I never knew this was in here. So see, I don't know if it's free. I think it's probably free. But oh yeah, so it's Orange County Pinballs that puts it on. But that's pretty cool. That next door too is a video game room as well. That's really cool though. So we're leaving now this hotel. This is the one we were just in. Gonna be walking out this way. And as you go this way to the right, this is where the actual convention center was. So basically, we walked down from the convention center, which I said was down this way, walk this direction to get to this hotel, to get to the Marriott, to show you guys some of the stuff that was in there. And definitely go in there, because like I said, there's the tabletop games, there's video games in there, as well as the you know, pinball as well that are in there. But now, as I said, we're heading back down to where the convention center is. Gonna keep going past it. That's where the other hotel is, where there's some more panels, as well as the items that you know, the outside events that you can do outside as well, are all, for the most part, down this direction. They used to, in the years past, have a few things right here, but it seems to me like most of them are down this direction. We're making our way over, though, to the other hotel, which is this direction here. As you see, this is a good area, though, to see a lot of people with cosplay. A lot of people are outside here in cosplay. That's where we just came from, where the hotel was, though. But you can see it gets very busy out this area, though. What's funny, though, is I don't know what panel it's for, but there is people over there for the Hall H line still lining up. So I guess they're lining up, I'm thinking, for tomorrow. So people still do that. I remember back in the day when people were, I think one of the earliest like lining up people were doing was for Twilight back in the day when they were here. And I remember like, they were like 2 or 3 days ahead of time camping out or something for that panel. It was crazy. But so I remember back in the day though, when you'd be in these lines and they'd loop around and around. But right now though, we're heading over to the Hilton to see what's in there. Cause it's pretty much just like the Marriott we were just in. They have, I don't know if they have any film screenings in here, but they do have a couple of different panels. They, like I said, they might have a few screens as well, but we'll check and see what kind of stuff we can see. Then gonna look over there at the stuff outside to see. I don't know how much stuff is in there, but the stuff I definitely want to see is around this way. This area here, there's some walkthroughs, but they're closed right now. I don't know what they're for. It looks like it's for something horror stories I saw, and it's kind of a mixture of a lot of FX and Hulu shows from what I can tell. Down here though is a Futurama setup I really want to see, and I think there's an IMDb thing. This is back where Kevin Smith used to do interviews a couple years back. He would do them on the top of the boat right up there. I don't know if he's doing them this year or not, but in the past he used to be up there doing the interviews. Yeah, there's some kind of like wacky wobblers here, and they're I guess like Rick and Morty ones, so that's kind of cool. There's some sort of like Rick and Morty kind of event thing going on in there. Looks like some games you can play and a bunch of different things in here. Riding around on hot dogs. Heading though to the, so it's Hulu Animation Mayhem type thing. So I guess it's like a virtual reality or a walkthrough or something, but I've seen a lot of people getting these free bags that have like Futurama pins in them. The thing is though, a lot of times they only give things out at certain times of the day, so I don't know, they may be done giving them out. I'm thinking they're probably over here if they're giving them out though. We'll see, but like I said, I suspect they're probably already gone for the day, but we'll see. Some kind of a Voodoo Ranger ship thing over there. Oh, there's a Bob's Burger, a Family Guy TV kind of thing there. Yeah, I don't know if their line is for a photo op or what it was for there. I'm walking outside though to the other area though. It's funny, this is the area right here, if you guys remember, where they used to have like Ferris wheels and they would have like kind of like sort of like experiences, and a lot of like VR type things would be over here, and now it looks like it's already closed already. I guess they have real specific hours, and it does not seem like it's got as much stuff over here. So the area where we just were, where the Futurama type thing was and the Rick and Morty, that's by the Hilton on the side of it, that seems to be the main big area now. There are some stuff in here, but in the past there was way more food trucks and things like that from what I can remember in there. Well, now here I am back at the Horton Plaza parking lot, which is so weird because it's like the Horton Plaza parking lot, but Horton Plaza doesn't exist anymore. The whole mall is gone, so it's so weird when you come in here, because I remember coming here back in the day, back when there was like so many things here. They used to have like Suncoast, Sam Goody. I mean, there were so many incredible stores in here, but Sam Goody was 3 floors back in the day in here. But anyway though, guys, thanks so much for checking out my Comic-Con 2023 tour video. Like I always say, if you guys enjoy these videos, definitely give us a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching, subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.